Good afternoon, March 2nd. Haven't done a video in a while. First of all, I wanted to say happy birthday to Donna, yay! My sister-in-law in Romania. Then I know this month is gonna be a lot of birthdays. My father-in-law's Meryl's birthday is gonna be tomorrow. Then a few days later, my brother Flavius. Then a few days later, my niece Sarah here in America. Flavius back in Romania. Then a few days later, somebody else we know's birthday is gonna be this month, I mean. Then a friend of ours, Christy, who's Romanian but he's in America. Then it's gonna be my baby sister Juana and her husband's 1-year anniversary. So a lot of celebration in March. Yay! I love the month of March. Today I'm gonna talk about that law of attitudes, and inevitably, when I say that, I think about my kids through the teenage years. One is not there yet, but two. I've been in, oh boy, there's been attitudes. And at the same time, I realize, even though I'm past teenage, I have attitudes too. A lot of the times. And some are good and some are not so good. And a lot of the times, an attitude is based on a perception that we have about, most of the time it's about ourselves, or that we have about others that perceive, the way that they perceive ourselves. So if you don't have a healthy perception of yourself, of the world around you, or if you don't have a strong foundational belief of who you are, then everything around you is going to affect you one way or another. And if things are going to rise against you, which it will, if it hasn't, that's because you're 1 day old. That's about the only reason. But all of us have things and circumstances in life that rise against us, and it's the perception of that stuff that it really defines the attitude that we're going to have towards it. So you can have a good attitude based on, a good attitude is always based on good thoughts and healthy thoughts about yourself, about life in general. You understand that life doesn't evolve around you, it's the other way around it, and you try to find a way to just kind of rise above the circumstance no matter what. Now, negative attitude is based always on negative thoughts about yourself, about the circumstances and perception of lives about yourself. And the funny thing is, not many things need to happen against you for you to still think you have a bad life, or something going against you. Maybe somebody looks funny at you, and then it's easy, if you have a low self-esteem, based on, there's so many, bases, there's so many foundations you can have a low self-esteem, then it's easy to become reactive, not active. So attitudes, there's the fear, based on fear, who believes that something bad is going to happen. So an attitude based on fear that believes that something bad is going to happen, and especially if you have seen a pattern in the past of this happening, then it's easier to just have that way of thinking the present and in the future. And but if you have faith, and you don't necessarily have to be a Christian to have faith. I think a lot of people out there that are not necessarily professed Christians, they do have faith in something. We all have faith in something, but as a Christian, you have faith in something. You recognize there's something beyond yourself out there. In our case, God, that is above us. We are not the it factor. We're not the God. We're not the ones that make the universe go around. There's somebody else, because we understand that we are just limited human beings trying to do the best that we can with what we have. Some have less than others, some have more than others. So faith believes that something good is going to happen. But at the same time, it's easy for me to contradict that idea too, because you can have faith that something bad is going to happen to you, and most likely something bad will happen to you. Because if you believe that, then you will attract that. And if something bad is not going to happen fast enough out there, you most likely are going to make it happen. So, a faith doesn't necessarily mean that you always believe for good things. You can actually believe for bad things to happen, or sorrowful things to happen, or a certain circumstance to happen over and over. And especially if you have been abused in a certain way, then it's easy to be attracted towards that way of thinking and people that think that way. We all believe in something. We all are attracted to something based on what we believe. So that's why there's groups everywhere, that they get together with each other because they have a core belief of some sort. So then there's different kinds of laws of there's the law of attraction, where you pretty much allow, or you're inviting something to your life, to your mind, into your environment, into your circumstance, both good or bad. Law of intrusion, that is when you're actually getting attacked from somewhere else. It's something that you don't really have control over. It's an attack against you, whether it has to do literally directly into the body, physically, or into the mind, or into your own personal beliefs, where something is attacking you, someone is attacking you. It comes through either circumstances or individuals, and most of the time seems to be through individuals, and then circumstances can be created as a consequence. Or law of invitation. Boy, oh boy, do we invite a lot of things, sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. So the law of invitation, I think I'm actually going to stay on that one for the few days, because I think that's a deep one. The other ones are deep ones too. I just don't seem to have much to talk about it. That does not mean that there's not much to talk about. It just means I don't have much to talk about right now. So have a great rest of the day, and I will continue on the law of invitation tomorrow a little bit more in detail. And we will talk to you later, and have a great day. Have a great week. I think it's spring. I think so. So, just have a great spring, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.